All right, the Commanders come to Foxborough tomorrow for a joint practice with the Pats. Obviously, each team has their own promising second-year quarterback. Jayden Daniels for Washington. He was the second pick in last year's draft. And, of course, the Patriots have the number 3 overall pick from last year in Drake Maye. So let's compare the two quarterbacks. Daniels, 14-6 as a starter. He helped the team reach the NFC title game. Maye, 3-9 with the Pats. Daniels at 30 touchdowns to Maye's 10. Each quarterback had 10 picks. Washington, though, scored almost 11 more points per game as we begin the deep dive. There were a lot of facial expressions from Michael Holley, a lot of whats.
Where did those 3 wins come from?
Oh.
Where did those 3 wins come from?
We start the game, Michael. You get credit for the win.
He was gifted the last game, the Joe Milton game.
Yeah, that's
which cost him the number 1 pick.
Sure was.
That's a win that he didn't play in. And what was another one?
Was it the Jets game where he got dinged?
Yeah, and they won that game. So anyway.
Okay, so Michael would like an asterisk next to those 3 wins.
One win.
It should only be 1. So right now, if the season starting in a month, which of those 2 quarterbacks would you rather have, Michael Holley?
Look, right now, everybody's got to go with Jayden Daniels. It makes a lot of sense. He is an experienced quarterback. He plays like it, too. You want to talk about the composure. That's what stands out more than anything. It's not the legs. It's not the accuracy. It's just how he never gets flustered. The moment is never too big for him. And you saw that show up many times during the season, especially at the most important times. That's right now. But Jayden Daniels, keep in mind, Jayden Daniels is 2 years older than Drake Maye. He's a year older than C.J. Stroud. He played more college football than almost anybody in history, more than John Elway, more than Patrick Mahomes, more than Dan Marino, played a ton of college football games. And so the experience that he has, it's obvious. And the inexperience in comparison from Drake Maye is obvious, too. Give me Drake Maye at 24, and I'll take my chances. I think Drake Maye long-term, I would take him.
Yeah, I'm still going with Drake Maye, too. I said it before the draft. I said it last year.
Even right now.
I've said it this offseason.
For this season.
Oh, for this season, I would go Jayden Daniels.
Okay.
For all the reasons Michael just laid it out perfectly. I mean, why would you take Drake Maye over Jayden Daniels right now? That to me is not a logical argument.
I wouldn't, but I didn't know if you would because you're such a big Drake Maye. You're a big fan of his tools.
I am, and I'm a big fan of Jayden Daniels' tools too. But in some of those things that I liked about Drake Maye before the draft still hold true long term. One thing that Michael didn't mention is I do still worry about Jayden Daniels' frame. Right? If these are guys that are going to run around and both are talented runners, Drake Maye, believe it or not, actually averaged more yards per carry last year than Jayden Daniels did. He actually averaged more than any quarterback in the league last year, almost 8 yards per carry. But he's got that frame to be able to withstand, Kayla. Jayden Daniels, if he's going to continue to play the way he played last year, and he did have to deal with a couple of minor things last year, if those become major things, that's one reason why you go with one quarterback over the other. Now, Drake Maye missed time, too. So I'm like making an argument against myself here. I just like the frame that Maye possesses.
2 completely different scenarios for the quarterbacks, positions-wise. I mean, you have Drake Maye who's coming in, not really sure what he's coming into with Jacoby Brissett. Is it going to be my time now? Is it not? Jayden Daniels comes in his first 5 games, he already has over 1,000+ yards and 250 rush yards. The first NFL player in history to do that in his first career 5 games. So this guy already set the tone right out the gate, making a statement. And to Mike Holley's point, his not only athletic ability, but his ability to extend plays. You've seen him connect with Terry McLaurin, making nothing out of something. So right now, Trenni, I'm going to say yes. Jayden Daniels is the guy. He is the quarterback that you want in-house. Now, future-wise, I don't want this archive to be replayed because we've seen the Tom Brady era where he's not going to be Tom Brady. He's too big. He can't run a 40, yada, yada, yada. And then 20 years later, I don't want my face to be on that archive.
Well, it's going to be, so take the hot seat.
So here's what I will say.
Jump in there.
Here's what I will say.
Own it.
Drake Maye, I will own it. Jayden Daniels, I'm taking you now, and I actually will potentially take you in the future because of how great you are.
Take him.
But Drake Maye, the upside, I see him progressing into a Josh Allen-like. So I'm not ruling out Drake. Did I just take both? I probably did.
You can't. You got to pick one.
Jayden Daniels right now. I'm picking Jayden Daniels right now. And in the next 5 years.
So you like Jayden Daniels?
5 years.
So to me, if Drake Maye turns into Josh Allen, I would probably rather have Josh Allen than Jayden Daniels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can replay the archive because I'm going to be sitting here being Drake Maye.
Long term, when you think, I have the same, and I've always had the same concerns as you, Phil. To me, the build of someone is really important. And can he withstand the rigors of the NFL year in and year out? And is he already at his ceiling? Like, it feels like Drake Maye's floor was lower because he had less experience, where Jayden Daniels, I don't know how much room he has to grow, where I feel like the growth potential for Drake Maye is exponential.
Wouldn't it be a great irony if Drake Maye takes Terry McLaurin from Jayden Daniels and uses Terry McLaurin to kind of accelerate his development? I do think McLaurin was a big part of Jayden Daniels' success last year. It was. I mean, like, think about it. Jayden Daniels, not taking anything away from him, but the last couple of years, think about the receivers he's thrown to. He's thrown to Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. in college, had both of those guys with Will Campbell protecting his blind side. And then he had McLaurin last year. Drake Maye hasn't had anybody close to even McLaurin's level, not to mention the other two number ones that I mentioned. Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors are number ones. Has Drake Maye ever thrown to a number one receiver? Ever?
No.
Catch. Carolina.
And he has not been protected.
Never has.
Yeah.
So I want to see what kind of talent they put around him. His offensive coordinator last year was a quarterbacks coach who was a first-time OC, and Alex Van Pelt, whereas Jayden Daniels in college has Brian Kelly, and in the pros has Cliff Kingsbury, an OC who has worked with Patrick Mahomes and others. So it's just really, if you really take a deep dive, this is why it's a deep dive, if you take a deep dive, it's a little more nuanced than we want to make it out to be.
All right, well, speaking of Washington having a good season last year, they did turn things around. They went 12-5, reached the NFC title game, of course, lost to the Eagles. That was under first-year Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. The previous 4 seasons, though, the team had struggled. So, Phil, maybe the Pats can learn something from Washington's turnaround. Have you seen anything in the way that New England has set things up this year that suggests that they looked at Washington and said, that's a pretty good blueprint?
Well, Dan Quinn brought in a bunch of guys that he was familiar with that could help him establish his culture and establish the way that they were going to do things moving forward under his leadership. And so Vrabel's done the same things. You've got a lot of, former Titans or guys that have experience not necessarily with Mike Vrabel, but with Josh McDaniels or with some of his other assistants. And so I think you start there. You start with the people and the foundation of what you want to be as a program. And you hope you find another worldly quarterback and he leads you to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's what, let's be honest, that's what happened. You have to, the talent is the more important part of it. But if you're looking at Quinn and his influence, Michael, to me, that's where it starts. You have to bring people with you to help you get on your maiden voyage with whatever team you're starting out with.
Yeah, I mean, everything worked out for Washington last year. It wasn't just Jayden Daniels. It was defensively, they did some great things. Kingsbury, that was a risky signing, and Kingsbury turned out to be a really good offensive coordinator for them last year. And they had some misses that didn't really come back and bite them. Were you a big Ben Sinnott, the tight end?
Athletic guy.
Yeah.
But
so second-round pick, they took him, gave him nothing.
Yeah.
Third-round pick, Christian McCaffrey's brother, Luke McCaffrey, gave him nothing. And so they still had so many other new parts, so many other contributors that some of their misses didn't really come back to bite them.
It's funny, too, because we were looking at kind of the plug and play. If you were to switch the 2 quarterbacks, if you had Drake Maye with Washington and Jayden Daniels with the Patriots, you're kind of seeing a lot of similarities in terms of not a ton of weapons, but enough to make things happen. And I think the Patriots can take a big note out of what Washington was able to do last year and do something this year.